All right, welcome back. We're out here with the Traxxas Sledge on some Proline Badlands MTs. I didn't really want to get the MTs, but that's all they had in stock. So I do have another set of wheels coming, but I want to give these things a shot and still the stock platform. They are the same 3.8s, a little bit taller, but I'm hoping they won't balloon as much. And we're gonna see how this thing reacts, because everybody was saying that the tires are what makes the sledge rotate so good. I did bring the sledge tires, and people were saying to stick the sledgehammers onto the Creighton, but that means I would either have to change the hexes on the Creighton to some sort of Traxxas hex because they are proprietary, or I'd have to cut out these locks that are in the wheels. And I really don't want to cut out the locks because I truly believe that adds strength to it. If you know anything about what went on with these Creightons, the wheel hexes are half as thick as the V4 wheel hexes. So what ends up happening is they will strip out the stock wheels over time. I went to pull these things off, and all four of these are still kind of stripping out. So I definitely don't want to cut off the locks and risk those things ruining these rims as of right now. And I know M2C makes a locking system for it to kind of fix that. We were sending them measurements back and forth, me and RC Guy Garage, to come up with some sort of solution on that. It was something we found, and from then I figured I'll just run it the way they want us to run it and call it a day. I'm gonna drink some coffee. I do have the V4 up there on the roof out here as well. I'm gonna run everything. This is my 5th bash spot with this. I'm 6 battery packs in, and I'm counting the one in front of my house when I initially ran this. So this will be my 7th battery pack. I'm also testing out that new Power Hobbies battery, 150C, into this RC. We'll see how it does. The steering servo, stock one, has no problem. Even though it's slow, it has no issues turning these wheels. A lot of torque to this servo. So we're gonna give this thing a little rip. And these are the type of areas I feel most people are going to run at. Find a spot that's near you, away from all the people, and go ahead and run. I kind of dig this spot. I can definitely tell this battery's got more punch than my Electron Pros. If you guys know this spot right here as well, I've fallen here several times with my kids walking through here. This sand is real, like, slick. Doesn't work good for tennis shoes. You can see how it's starting to get overgrown out here now, but there's a cool little like BMX track or mountain bike track back here. So I like coming back here bashing. Kids drop off of that mountain up there into this little track. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely changed since the last time I was here. It's gotten a lot, I want to say, rougher. Looks like they added some jumps. Oh, I lost battery connection already. This is a brand new battery, and it doesn't fit very snug, but look at the big rocks that people put over here. The wood stuff, the big rocks. This place tends to tear up shopping carts. So I'm sure this battery connection popped off. We'll take a look real quick. Huh. That's weird. it was still plugged in. I'm gonna try bringing this to the inside so it's not pulling on it so tight. That was strange. Maybe it's just too tight. But this will really test control arms and stuff on an RC because of these rocks everywhere. That's why I went to these MT tires. I want something a little taller, something a little stronger for these rocks to give me that ground clearance for the chassis. See those big rocks it's hitting? Do like giving it the torture test. I just don't like breaking stuff on purpose. You could tell the smoother landing with these wheels. I'm gonna get rid of some of this debris. Or the kids are playing a death game. Look at the size of that rock right there. Right in the ground. See that one? That's why I like the ground clearance of the bigger tires. That's why the X-Max does well. This triple's kind of cool. I didn't clear that. This place is getting rough. These rocks, wow. That jump was a lot better. Wow, what a beating. These tires still seem to balloon. A lot of ballooning. I have seen diff gears as well. Chef Beardsley had his diffs, his front diff shatter, break off some teeth. But I think people are misinformed with the implied Traxxas warranty. Traxxas has changed their warranty when it comes to their RTRs. And RTR on this, in reading Traxxas's warranty pamphlet they sent you, is no longer ready to run. RTR for the Sledge is ready to race. So I don't know where they came up with that, but they literally changed it from ready to run to ready to race. But I also read their warranty. Do you realize that any Traxxas, well, at least with the Sledge and reading that warranty, there is no warranty. There is no implied warranty on the RC. The only warranty you have with a Traxxas Sledge, according to the manual, is when you first open that box against defects. So as soon as you put a battery pack in it, every item on it, wheels, diffs, everything, is considered a wear item and needs to be serviced and needs to be replaced after a certain amount of time. Now, they don't give you any kind of life expectancy in that manual, but what they do say is if you run it they only cover against installation errors. So if something was installed wrong or a natural defect in the product, and it clearly states as soon as you plug in a battery and start to run it, there is no warranty. So that's why I feel when people call, because I did watch Chef's video saying that they did him a courtesy and they sent him a diff, and Traxxas does this a lot. They call it a courtesy. Once they send you the part, especially on a new RC, if they call it that they're courteously doing it for you, they're not saying that their part is defective, because it could be the way you ran it, hence locking up a center diff or whatever it is. But those diffs could also have air pockets in it, right? Because they're forged steel, so it's a bunch of different metals heated up and forged together. So it very well could be that there is an air pocket in it, so they'll send him out a set of gears. Now if he calls on another set of front diff or rear diff gears, at that point they're going to deny his warranty, because at that point you can't have the same problem. And I think that's what Traxxas is doing now. Now their ESCs, you can buy what they call as insurance that covers their electronics, their ESCs and steering servos. It doesn't cover motors. And what that is there's nothing to do. You don't have to pay anything until you have a problem. When you have a problem, you send it in, they'll recondition it and give you a discount on the reconditioned ESC. So I really suggest that some people read Traxxas's new and I don't know how new it is, because I don't usually read the owner's manuals. I know my Slashes back in the day didn't say that stuff. So if anybody knows when they changed their warranty, let me know down in the comments. I'm curious. But there is no implied warranty either. Implied warranty means if the salesman in the store says, oh yeah, that thing's covered for life. There's no implied warranty. Nobody can overrule Traxxas's warranty. Kind of like a car salesman at a dealership tells you, oh yeah, don't worry about it on that used car. We're gonna sell you a warranty and it'll cover that. That is not true, because when you're filling out your finance paperwork, there's an implied warranty sheet that you have to sign saying that the salesman didn't make any promises to you. And if there is a promise that he made to you, it has to be written down in that box, and then you and the finance guy and the salesman sign it, or the sales manager. So, a little bit of knowledge I've had over the years, just so you're aware, because I had a salesman tell me that on a set of headlights that were getting wet. Ooh, I landed right on that rock right here. I literally chassis slapped this rock. Oh yeah, right here. And I bent the little winglet. You can see that. I bent this little winglet, the droop screw area, up into that control arm. So I'm gonna have to hammer that back straight. But I literally nailed that rock right there. And if I don't fix that, since there's no droop screw in there, that's going to break that control arm on a side hit. It's gonna dig in and literally break that. So I have to hammer that straight as well. But if I break that left control arm, we know why. Still rotates, no problem with these tires. I like these MT tires for these rough conditions. You see how it's just eating up all those rocks? See that? Tearing up them rocks. Oh, you can't land on the rocks though. This thing, for being stock, is really impressing me. Just a tire change. Get me that ground clearance. Look how rough it is over here for these rocks. If you're gonna land on rocks like this, or go full trigger into these rocks with a metal chassis, you're gonna bend something. Look, grass or glass, all kinds of stuff. These are the California bash spots I keep telling you guys about, how they're rough. But definitely have some more ground clearance. And the tires are taking these impacts. I feel that the sledgehammer tires, the rims would crack hitting all this stuff. Ooh. I saw that rock last minute, slammed into that rock. Did I do it again? Nope, still the same damage. I pegged that thing right there on that rock. Dangerous conditions over here. And that's why I wanted to bring this thing here, just a little torture test. I'm definitely not going to run the Creightons here. I brought them, but it's just too rough now. I think the rain washed out some of the dirt and brought up a lot more rocks this season. So there's a lot more rocks that are popping, that are embedded into the ground everywhere, like this one. Look at that. Imagine hitting that. Or this one. Imagine hitting this thing full trigger. Look at them all. Everywhere. This place is definitely a lot rougher. I think I'll keep it to the X-Max and the Outcast. Even the Outcast here struggled. The Creighton and the Outcast struggled over here with the metal chassis. The X-Max, you might shatter the chassis, but the chassis is cheap compared to a metal chassis on an Arma. Or even an M2C chassis. Now this is we used to have races here with the 3S cars around this circle. Race the kids. We're going to be tearing this thing down after this run. A lot of side bite with these tires. I really want to see what damage from 7 battery packs, and I believe it's time to start servicing stuff. Start lubing up the diffs, that kind of stuff. It's about 90 degrees today, and I don't have a fan on the motor yet, but I do plan on putting a fan because I am going to gear up. Gotta say, these Proline tires really do hook out here. And I learned something new. Traxxas, in their manual, says if their ESC overheats or their motor overheats, it'll give you a flashing red light and reduce power to 50%. If you continue to run, it will shut down. ESC won't work, you won't have any trigger control, and it'll be a solid red light letting you know that you overheated it. And at that point, Traxxas recommends that you check your cooling fan to see if it's broken, because they know they do break, and replace it and let it cool down. Learned a lot of stuff reading that manual. I'm starting to hear rocks grind. So we're going to pop this lid. We're going to see where these rocks are, because that center diff is caged. And I want to see if it's piled up. There is a little hole on the side where the plastic diff fluid is. Yeah, see, there's rocks all underneath there, grinding on those gears. We're gonna pull our pins, flip this body over, put the pins in there. We're gonna unplug this. That's how you turn it off. There is no off button. Pressing that button, that easy start, that's just a power up, does not turn it off. Here's our new battery. Oh, wrong one I unplugged. Oh, I broke that. Look, I broke that thing. That's our jumper. Let's get this battery out of here. Brand new battery. See, I got the foam in there. Look at those rocks. Let me grab some needle nose. So I believe the rocks can still get to your center diff even though it's caged. It can definitely get to these drive shafts. Look at the size of this rock. Looks like that was getting underneath. Come on. I don't know how they get in so easy, but they're so hard to get out. Look at that. Those little areas where rocks get trapped. So we're going to take a look at this gear. Mesh has been holding, and you can see where rocks have been chunking up on this gear, either from the bottom or getting wedged up in here. I should tape this off, but that impact, definitely got to fix that, and that's an easy fix. Chassis is bent up here. I'll just make it flat like the other side. When I do that, I'm going to install the droop screws. But look at the cracks on this. Look at these. Some sort of like molding crack, because it's a perfect shape. It comes down, goes around this screw, and then back out here, like they put these two halves together. Pretty interesting. Looks like they're doing the same to the rear. A line here, around that, and back, like they just molded it together. Or maybe this back slides off. But pretty cool. I do like the tires. I definitely need to get to a spot where I can get some more air. And that screw has loosened up again. But definitely happy with this servo and these tires. But there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the sledge. Let me know your thoughts of running in a rocky area like this. Would you take the risk, go full trigger and start nailing stuff out here just to get some content? Or would you move on and find another spot like I'm gonna do? Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.